Okay, Grammy, it's been more than a half hour. How we doing this morning?
We're doing fine.
Okay, she just hasn't even really moved, and you look super happy, so I'm just going to let you guys do your thing. And when you guys are done, I'll come in and start the morning routine. I'm not going to interfere with Helen this morning.
Oh, that's okay. She's fine.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to leave you then, okay?
Okay.
Okay, for everybody, this is Helen, and she's still with Grandma 30, 35, 40 minutes later. Look at her feet. I want to paint those nails. All right, Grammy, say ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Good morning, everybody. This is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful. And two of those things are not right. Number one, I have not been to the food bank in weeks and weeks, and that's just because I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but I've just not been able to do that. And the second thing is beautiful. Baby, this is good as it gets right here. Look at that. I got a clip right here. That hair is only going to last about a minute, and then I'm going to have to, chuck it up on top of my head. So I wanted to reach out and touch base with you guys and just let you know what is going on here. And as much as I love you guys and I love doing videos about the food bank and cooking meals and preserving things and, swearing like a sailor, I just have not been able to do it for about, I don't know how long it's been. Has it been about 2 months, 3 months maybe? Grandma has taken a turn, and she is requiring a lot of care that we were initially not prepared for. Now, yeah. So, because big girls do what they have to do, we figured it out. And so we are taking care of Grandma here at home. Now, Grandma has a number of providers that come into the home weekly now to care for her. She does physical therapy and occupational therapy. The physical therapy is to give her strength again to get back up out of bed and on the toilet. And we've been working on it for, 5 weeks. Right now, we've had no success. Oh, it's so sad. Things I thought I could never do. You know what? With a pair of gloves, I have decided I can do anything. I am like my own little superhero. When I don't have those gloves on, I don't want to do shit. When I have those gloves on, look, those are garden hands. I've already been out in the garden. When I have those gloves on, right? So that's one thing that's going on. She also has someone that comes in and helps with her bath once a week, which is a godsend. And then she has a couple of nurses that rotate, and they come in and take care of a leg wound that Grandma has on her leg. And this started out as a scab that she would pick, and then it just got bigger and bigger, and then it just got foul. And then that's what started the whole nightmare. We had to take her to the doctor. That was a nightmare. She lost almost all of her mobility after that, not able to get up, not able to get into the wheelchair. 3 weeks later, that leg was even worse, and the doctor said, oh, it's not infected. Yeah, this is to the doctor. All right, this is to doctor number one. Maybe this is to doctor number one. So we brought her home, and a few weeks later, after, trying to keep it clean and the whole 9 yards, it just was awful. So we took her to the doctor again, and on that trip, she never recovered. So, in fact, when we brought her home, we could not get her out of the car. We had to call the fire department, and four or five lovely firemen had to get Grandma out, and it took them 45 minutes. That's my life. Okay, now don't be feeling too sorry for Grandma. All right, we do everything to make sure that Grandma has the highest quality of life that she can have, which means the only thing right now that she's not able to do is she cannot get up and into her wheelchair and come out and watch the chickens. That's the only thing that's different. But I bring Helen in to see her almost daily. Helen cuddles up in the bed with Grandma. They'll cuddle there together during nap time or during early morning. I don't want to get out of bed, and they'll do their thing. So the other thing that's going on, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I do want you to know what is keeping me from spending my time with you guys, because honestly, I adore you guys. And Bumblebee, honey, you are the sweetest. Thank you so much for that email, and that is what is prompting me to do this video this morning. So Grandma has now a doctor who comes to the house when Grandma needs to see the doctor. There's no more getting her up and going to the thing. Grandma has signed a do not resuscitate order. We already had one, but this doctor updated it for, just for the sake of being on the safe side. And the doctor wanted to put Grandma on hospice. And so when she submitted all the paperwork, hospice turned her down because her kidney diagnosis and the blood tests that they do to describe if you're phase 1, phase 2, blah, blah, blah. Grandma is 3 points above stage 4. And that's where she needs to be on hospice. So, Grandma and the nurse and I had the most lovely and gentle and beautiful talk about, Grandma, what kind of care do you want? What do you want the most? And Grandma said, I want to stay at home. So they were talking about Grandma's, what's going on with her, and she barely eats for me now. She'll eat watermelon, she'll eat corn on the cob, she'll eat ice cream sometimes, and green salad. She'll eat a green salad for me. She'll eat cheese toast with avocado, and baby, that's it. She sleeps hours and hours and hours and hours and hours during the day. And the nurse talked to her and said, do you want to know what I think about where you are right now? And she said, life is a great mystery. We can never know, exactly what's going to happen to us. Sometimes people, have a rebound and they get much better, and sometimes they don't. So, do you want me to talk to you about what I'm seeing and what I think? And I was going to say, yes, I want to know, because that yes was not that yes. It was like in my mind. Yes, I do want to know what kind of time frame Grammy's on. But I was afraid to say it out loud because Grammy was sitting right there. And Grammy said, yeah, I want to know. And so the nurse and Grandma had a long conversation, and they talked about, with everything that Grandma is displaying right now based on her 25 or 30 years of working with elderly and hospice and all these things, the Grandma can look at about 4 to 6 months. And so, that's what we're doing. We're making it as comfortable and as happy and as nice for Grandma as we can. She's coming on Friday to reassess Grandma. I did see that blood work was done about 2 weeks ago, and Grandma is still those 3 points above the hospice. So we will see. So that is probably the number one reason why I have not been with you guys. I just have, my hands are full with, with my husband, who's a piece of cake. He's not causing me any grief, which is a good thing for me to say right now, because he's standing right there getting into the muffins. So yeah, my husband, he's so yummy. He's so lovely. He's the best husband ever. Now he's making his coffee so I can still talk about him. He's a gorgeous hunk of burning love. Now he just walked out the door. Now I can tell you the truth. Oop, he's coming back in. All right, everything I said there was true. So I am spending a vast amount of time taking care of Grandma, doing things that, 2 months ago I never thought I'd have to do. And but we are adjusting, we are maintaining. Most of the time we laugh our way through it. I'm not going to lie to you, there has been some tears. Yes, indeed. And the F word, my favorite F word, it flies through the house. It's still up there in the ether. In fact, you can see him swirling around and dancing up there. The F word just loves our house. And then my garden. When I have the time, I run out to the garden and I pull weeds and I plant flowers and I call it church, and that's how it goes. Am I keeping up on my housework? No, that would be a bold-faced lie. Right over there are 2 loads of laundry that I haven't folded. Over here is 2 sinks full of dishes, but my husband did unload you guys are going to see my fatty arms. Just deal with it. There we go. My husband unloaded the dishwasher, so I'm going to load the dishwasher, maybe fold those clothes. Grammy has an appointment at 11, so I'm going to get her ready for that and get on with my day. So I just really wanted you guys to know what was going on, what was keeping me from here. And as far as the food bank goes, I made appointments like 3 times to go. I was just unable to do it. The day unfolds as it unfolds, and sometimes I am needed for things that only I can do. If I am, if it's me and Addie, it's just me. I can do that. Addie does not do that, but he does buy Grammy watermelons and ice cream cones and all those things. So he's lovely. He's doing his share, definitely, and he supports me 100%, and that is bigger than anything. Grandma is maintaining, for the most part, about 80% of her cheerful disposition. Because the situation is so challenging right now, she is having some frustration and some, unhappiness, and I understand that. She's allowed to feel whatever she wants to feel. She can throw her F words out there too, and she does. And we survive, because that's what grown-up women do, right? And if you're a man watching this, that's what grown-up men do too. They rise to the challenge and they do their best. Okay? That's what I want you guys to do too. Now, my best is not always perfect. It's not always pretty. It's not always Pollyanna, the best, granddaughter or whatever. No. No. Don't get the wrong idea. It is hard, and I am flawed, right? I am flawed. Big flaws. So that's it. I canned a lot of stuff last summer, so I'm eating out of a lot of the canned stuff that I got. And even though I would love to go to the food bank and get some things that staple-y stuff, I just haven't been able to go. And so I don't know when I'll be back to that, but I hope soon. Very soon. All right. So I hope you guys are doing very well. If you guys are having challenges in your life like mine, or something different that is still challenging you, look at that hand again. Look at it close up. My church allows you to get dirty. Yeah. So if you're facing challenges of your own and it's a struggle, and some days are nightmares and other days are 2 points below a nightmare, just do your best. We're not perfect. We're not going to have perfect days. Not everything is going to be rosy, but we're going to do our best. Okay? All right. I love you guys so much. And I I intend to come back to YouTube when my life settles down a little bit. I will try to post a few things, like I would love for you guys to see my garden. I still do the things, right? I still can chicken broth, and I still, you know, cook sometimes. Yeah, I just don't go to the food bank right now. So that's okay. All right. Ta-ta, my friends.